So that just happened.
You go first.
Well, first of all, I should clarify before you type in the comments. Let me tell you what this is.
I think we got it.
No, when I saw the episode where you find out, well, I actually saw the first Steven Universe episode I ever saw, where Garnet is a fusion and everything. They were advertising this episode, so I figured out, okay, this is a crossover with some show called Uncle Grandpa. They very kind of wisely in the first couple seconds point out it's not canon. I'm going to make the assumption, having never seen the show, that Uncle Grandpa is surreal-based strange humor.
Kind of like a creepy male relative version of Mary Poppins you probably don't want hanging out in your bedroom.
Yes. And it's basically nothing but surreal, weird jokes that has a hint of an arc with Steven trying to figure out how to use a shield. And say just
There was
bubble.
story.
But it's mostly an excuse to do just kooky, silly, surreal humor.
I have never seen this show.
No, I never have either.
Actually, after watching this episode, I don't really want to either.
Here's the thing. This is kind of the Olaf effect for me. The second that guy showed up, I was ready to hate him. I am just like, and set mine to despise. You know, just, I am giving you no chances. I was immediately prejudiced to it. And at some points, I was very glad I made that choice. But other times, I will admit, I did legitimately laugh. And
the tiger was the best character.
the tiger
also had no lines apart from roar.
The tiger, him saying that it isn't canon, I thought was very funny. Him saying that he was there in the Shield
That was the
episode,
best joke
and the ad
in
being
the whole
there.
show.
That was very
That
funny.
was the best joke. Yeah, the ad popping up.
But Pearl's reaction to their heads separating and going around the Earth, I thought was very funny. Just her cracking, feeling just. I mean,
it's like there were funny moments, but
I mean,
I feel like it was like 5 really funny moments, but nothing of any redeeming value or quality in between them. Like, because there were other episodes where I'm just like, oh, well, there were only 2 funny moments, but at least there was like story or something.
Well, and I think he spells out April Fool's, so I'm gonna guess that's an April Fool's episode. But like,
see, if that's
it's not
the case,
canon, whatever.
I would rather they just ran 15 minutes of The Room. I would have much rather watched that.
Unedited.
And just have the crystal gems wandering around in the background. And
reacting to Tommy was that'd be amazing.
If you're gonna do a crossover, like I'd kill for a crossover with something like The Amazing World of Gumball or something, like a show I like, but
well, and that little thing at the end where he's checking off all the crossovers, which, I mean, I'm assuming he's done crossover. Well, no, it's, like, is Ed, and Eddie even still on? Like, I don't think it is, but maybe that's the joke, like, he's going to appear on all of them or whatever. It's like
crossover with Children's Hospital on Adult Swim. That would have been great. Steven ends up in the hospital.
But...
that I would have loved. Or crossover with Venture Brothers, or frickin' Boondocks.
I'd love to see Steven Universe and Adventure Time. That'd be interesting.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, but how do I put? I have a strange, even though it doesn't always work, I have a strange respect for people that try really surreal, silly humor because it is such a risk, and you're putting so much out there, and you run such the big threat of being so incredibly annoying and just failing bigger than like anything else in comedy outside of maybe shock humor. You just run this big, I think even kind of more than shock humor nowadays because so many people are doing shock humor. No, there is a legit risk that you run
this
doing
is
something
Cartoon
this
Network
stupid.
we're talking about, and you're just like, I had such respect for surreal humor. We never see that on Cartoon Network. Never.
Well, I don't watch that much Cartoon Network, so I'm just going by the show in general.
Well, I do, because I'm a grown man with no life, and I said, no, it just wasn't that shocking to me, or I just was just
shocking,
it just came off as like, okay, here's a Cartoon Network show I would never want to watch.
It's one of those things where if even
maybe
like,
the show itself is better, but again, like, because I've seen things like Amazing World of Gumball, and I really like that show. And there's other shows on Cartoon Network I've seen that I've liked that have been like more surreal. And of course, there's Adventure Time. Hell, there's this. This gets kind of surreal in certain moments.
Well, this seems like there is just. I'm
it-
assuming there's like no story, no. You have some characters, a location, and like that's it. It seems like they can do whatever they want.
But when
There
you
could be
do
5
these
of
shows,
him
they
or
have two
whatever.
purposes. One is to entertain. Barely did that for me. There were a few good moments. The other is, okay, then you're cross-promoting. And if that was the case, I just have no desire to look at this show after seeing this episode.
Well, and yeah, you do bring up a very solid point there. Because, like I said, with me watching it, I'm like, like I said, I appreciate when really surreal, silly humor can not only get a laugh, but a big laugh out of me. And like I said, there's about 5 solid times in this episode where I laughed pretty hard. I was like, that's really, really funny, and for reasons I can't even fully explain, it's just so silly and so strange.
I watched Phineas and Ferb over on Disney, and that's got a fucking secret agent platypus. That's weird. Like, I don't know.
No, but
like,
that still
this
has like a plot.
episode,
It's interesting seeing a show that clearly has a plot and a lot of continuity and stuff interact with a show that I'm assuming has none, except for like maybe, like I said, characters and a location. That's it. And I don't know if it worked. It was more, okay, from when it started off, and my initial thought, it was more interesting, it had more laughs than I thought it was going to. But can I say, yes, I want to watch that Uncle Grandpa show? Probably not, because it would just annoy me too much. But like I said,
You could take my reaction, cross out the T on not, and also cross out the probably.
Well played. But no, anything that it's kind of like scary films. Like there's so few things that can scare us. So even if I see a film that's like bad but has like 5 legit good scary scenes, I'm gonna be like, okay, well done. Like that's difficult to do for me. So I can't hate it. I can't say like, oh God, who thought this? This was terrible. This is an awful show. These are awful ideas. I never want to see them crossover again or anything like that.
Not all awful. As I said, I loved the tiger. I kind of liked everything going on around Uncle Grandpa, not Uncle Grandpa himself. He honestly was kind of giving me the fucking creeps.
Yeah, it's an annoying voice. It's
The way he keeps pulling shit out of
his.
his crotch. That
I'm sure it's like a fanny pack, but it's a fanny pack that talks.
Sure
and
it
is
is.
very close to his crotch. Yes.
It's also toothed. There's a little vagina dentata action
yeah, a
going
little
on
bit,
there.
a little bit. But
This kind of shit would make the Japanese go like, whoa.
for those few moments, I'm glad I saw it, because I like it when, especially, being a comedian and stuff, I like when I see a kind of comedy where I can say that's really friggin' clever, like that's really, really smart. And silly. It's like smart and dumb at the same time. Was there a lot of it? Not especially.
So you're recommending the generally boring stand-up routine for the 4 funny jokes.
They were good enough. No, I'm not saying I'm recommending it. I'm saying that because I could see someone totally liking that Uncle Grandpa show if it's like that. I could see
that's
someone
fine.
liking it.
And if they
But
like it,
in terms of
great.
recommendation, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for really good surreal humor, I would say there's maybe about 5 jokes that are kind of worth it and kind of like, okay, like it's worth sitting through whatever 11 minutes of this.
If you like the
to get to
show,
those 5 jokes.
if you like the show, fine. But that's not our job. Our job is to say, did we enjoy it? And basically that's what you're saying is you liked the stand-up routine for about 5 jokes out of the whole set.
Yes, and I appreciate it.
Okay.
I appreciate
Okay.
I appreciate the effort that it goes as far and crazy as it does, because I do know there is a risk to it. And if a lot of shows do it on Cartoon Network, I imagine that would become annoying. But
I
again,
guess having seen other things and having seen anime, this felt kind of cheap to me. Like,
a lot of it was cheap too. I mean, there's a lot of times
I'm like,
just
I've seen
really,
better
but-
surreal shows and better use of animation, and and I'm not harping on the show's animation in general. I think the animation in general is great, but if you're just like, oh, this is gonna be the most surreal thing, I'm like,
No, it's not
the
most
South
surreal.
Park tiger was amusing. That really is about what did it for me.
No, I'm not gonna say it's the most surreal thing ever or anything like that, but it had enough different kinds of strange jokes that made me laugh enough that I said, okay, that's I'm glad I saw it for those 5. Can I say the whole thing is good? Not really for me, but like I said, I like those 4 or 5 moments.
To me, still nothing was really as funny as just like that stupid Sonic the Hedgehog afternoon show where he points and says, "Hey, I'm over there." It was about the same quality for me. So if you like Uncle Grandpa, knock yourself out. I mean, that's all we're here is to say what we like, and I'm just gonna say, yeah, not a fan.
I can say I don't really have much interest in watching
unless
the show.
this is a complete shitty representation of what Uncle Grandpa's about. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, like, in doing the crossover, neither side got it right. I have no idea. But if this is what it is, and y'all have fun. Enjoy.
I don't know if I could do just that voice alone. I don't know.
Literally, I wanted to stab myself in the ear. That voice just, ugh.
Yeah. Which... Again, I get it. He's supposed to be annoying. It's almost like, it seems like it'd almost be kind of like a troll show or something like that, where it's like, hey, we're just doing everything. Aren't we fucking crazy? Isn't this annoying? Isn't this annoying?
Trolling on the internet's more fun.
So, yeah, there it is. I think you get a general idea. That was our episode, or that was our review of an episode that is entirely not canon. Take it for what's worth.
Technically, we could have just not reviewed it.
That's true, but everyone will be like, "What'd you think of it? What'd you think of it?" So, and it's on Amazon, so.
And the fans of this episode will be complaining about it anyway now. So,
if there are fans,
I heard. No, you know what? That
I
is
am curious
the
reception.
I am curious because, some particularly after Avatar and Korra and some of the other vlogs we've done, it always amazes me the things that we sometimes hate, and people are like, "How can you say that? They're amazing?" It's like, "Oh, you're just opening a can of worms, buddy."
Or the things that we like.
hate, yeah, or the things that we like, and they're like, "What are you fucking out of your mind, assholes?" So in this show so far, I've been amazed where it's just like some of the things we hate. There are a number of people are just like, "Oh God, yeah, no, nobody likes them. You're good." Maybe this will be one of them. I don't know. Maybe "Oh God, I hate that episode too," or maybe we'd just walk into a hornet's nest.
Even the Garnet.
How can you not like Uncle Grandpa?
No, even the Garnet Fusion episode, a lot of people are saying yeah, I get that about the hype. Yeah, I totally understand.
Well, some people here's the funny thing. That one, I did get some replies like, "You completely missed the boat. Hype had nothing to do with the whole gay thing. It's the fact that she's a fusion. You didn't think that was amazing?" And I'm like, I guess. I mean, she had 3 eyes, so I didn't necessarily see it coming in the sense that, but when it was revealed, I'm like, no, it's cool that she was a fusion the whole time. That's cool. But didn't you think it was amazing? It was cool. But yeah, I was just like, some people were just like, "No, it wasn't about the gay thing at all. Who gives a fuck about that? It's the fact that she's a fusion." I'm like, okay, you know what? I just want to enjoy the show.
Just let us enjoy the show.
Don't make me call Ringling Brothers.
Let us ruin it for you. That's our job.
That's any critic's job.
Yes. So that's about it. We'll see you to ruin the next episode. Later.